More than a year after Turkey first started taking delivery of S-400 missiles from Russia, long-expected US sanctions finally arrived. The US has placed restrictions on the Turkish defence industry. Export licences will be blocked for defence equipment meant for Turkey. And 4 senior officials have been targeted with financial and travel restrictions, including the head of the defence industry. Turkey had been trying to buy a missile defence system for several years. It's something it viewed as a necessity with the Syria war on its doorstep. But it couldn't agree a deal with Washington for the US Patriot missile system, so it went to Russia instead. The US responded first by removing Turkey from a project to make a new F-35 fighter jet.
An explosive new report lays out the scope of China's forced labor scheme, all under the guise of the government's massive anti-poverty campaign. Researchers at the Washington-based think tank, the Center for Global Policy, have found Chinese documents that show more than 500,000 Uighurs have been coerced into picking cotton in the Xinjiang region. The report says many of the workers come from the vast network of re-education centers that have imprisoned more than 1 million people. China calls them vocational centers and says they're necessary to combat radicalization by the country's Muslim Uyghur minority population. Chinese officials have denied the allegations.
Workers in all ethnicities in Xinjiang sign labor contracts with enterprises based on their own voluntary choice of occupation on a voluntary equal basis.
Police claim Hussein Taber tried to run but didn't get far after officers ran him off the road. A year of intense surveillance coming to a head on the ground in Bass Hill. But even police say they were surprised by what they claimed they found inside. $1.5 million cash allegedly stuffed inside a wall. That alone nearly double the value of this Bass Hill house. Investigators claim the father of 3 also stashed 10 kilograms of cocaine. One of 11 raids from Bass Hill, Yaguna and Picnic Point to the Southern Highlands. 7 arrests, a total of $2 million cash, 11 kilograms of drugs and an alleged arsenal of illegal guns.
6 firearms, 3 of which are military-style semi-automatic rifles.
46-year-old punchbowl man Romeo Alcare also refused bail for allegedly playing a role in the exchange of an assault weapon for $37,000 cash.
Police have made a dramatic airport ambush, shutting down a major drug trafficking operation. They say dealers were using planes to carry drugs interstate. Tonight, we can show you the raid, uncovering millions in cash, drugs and a cache of weapons.
Cocaine Air, this plane at Redcliffe Airport, now at the centre of a transnational drug bust. Flown in from Essendon by Mark Nolan, the pilot leans against the Piper Aerostar as detectives swarm. The airstrip shut down. The plane met by this white ute, police say inside is Adam Lee King with Michael Perez before the drug deal goes down. Sports bags filled with bricks of cannabis and boxes of cash loaded from the plane into the ute.
It was at that time that specialist units swooped, moved in, apprehended and took all 3 men into police custody.
They also use plastic mailers. It's all the stuff they put inside your package to get your purchase to you. And it's a big problem because all of us are using Amazon more than ever. As you noted, their sales are predicted by some analysts to grow by a third this year. Our report focused on 2019, and we found an enormous amount of plastic pollution. As you said, about 211 million kilograms of plastic, we estimate, waste total that is just overwhelming landfills, our environment, and ultimately ending up in the ocean. We also combined our data, our estimate, which comes from industry data, with a scientific report, and we're able to estimate that about 10.8 million kilograms goes into the ocean and other waterways as well.
To those destroying these huts in the Himalayan forests, they're unwanted pieces of wood and cement. But to the Bakarwal and Gujjar, the Muslim nomadic tribes who lived here, they're home, at least for 6 months a year, as they move between the forests and mountainous pastures with their herds of goats and sheep. Some in the tribe received a notice from the local forest department saying their homes were illegal. A few days later, people arrived to tear them down. The Himalayan region of Kashmir is controlled by India and Pakistan in part, but claimed by both in full. Last year, India revoked the region's special status, imposing restrictions on movement and enforcing a communications blackout.
Honda is recalling nearly 1.8 million vehicles worldwide over safety fears, including some models linked to reported fires. The Japanese car maker announced on Tuesday that it had 4 separate campaigns, which cover 1.4 million cars in the United States alone. Honda says no injuries or crashes have been reported in relation to the recalls. One US recall covers some 270,000 of its CR-V vehicles to replace power window master switches, which have been linked to 16 fires. The CR-Vs in question are from the years 2002 to 2006. Another is Honda wanting to update the body control module software of about 735,000 US vehicles. It says a programming flaw could disrupt communications, causing several warning lights to come on, and the malfunction of electronic components. Honda is issuing 2 other recalls across 22 US states in the District of Columbia, which have significant road salt use. It wants to check the front drive shafts of hundreds of thousands of cars for potential corrosion.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3! What? No soup for you.
Decades after actor Larry Thomas played the so-called soup Nazi on Seinfeld, there's something else people want from him.
No soup for you.
Still, no soup for you, but you can get a cameo, a personalized video message. The online platform lets fans request recorded messages from celebrities for a fee. Prices vary depending on what the talent charges. The CEO of Cameo told a New York Times reporter Thomas is raking in more than 6 figures from the shoutouts that start at $80 a pop.
Hey, Larry Thomas here. Love to do a video shout out for you and your loved ones and your friends.
The fee jumps to $200 if you want him to put on the white chef coat.
Get your holiday cameos right now or no soup for you